Hello and welcome to tonight's headliner. Tonight, we reveal a hidden reality behind the sparkle. In Gujarat's diamond polishing workshops, children as young as 8 labor long hours under hazardous conditions. Gujarat exports nearly 85% of world's diamonds from Surat alone. Yet, its workshops hide a painful secret. Over 616 miners were rescued in the past 5 years from child labor across multiple industries, including gems through 4,824 state-led raids. These operations have resulted in over 339 FIRs and 791 criminal cases filed between January 2020 and April 2025. While officials claim progress, experts warn that these numbers only scratch the surface of a much darker and undocumented system. Globally, child labor affects an estimated 138 million children, and the manufacturing and mining sectors account for nearly 13% of all such cases. In Surat, the city once praised for its economic vibrance, child labor is a silent epidemic. Back in 1997, some estimates reveal that nearly 25% of workers in certain diamond polishing units were children. By 2005, formal estimates suggested that the rate had dropped to 0.31%. But those figures only accounted for officially registered units. The vast and informal sector remains largely irregulated and uninspected. As per a 2024 UNICEF report, child labor in India is expected to rise post-pandemic, especially in informal and bounded labor setups, with Gujarat flagged amongst the high-risk states. Poverty remains the biggest driver behind this exploitation. In families where adult artisans are underpaid or laid off, children are seen as alternative income sources. Many families are caught in vicious cycle of debt and desperation. They often accept advance payments of 1 to 2 lakh rupees from local contractors or unit owners, trying their children into labor commitments that can last for years. In these units, children polish diamonds for as little as 2 to 3 rupees per stone. You get that, 2 to 3 rupees per stone. They often work 12 to 14 hours a day, bent over tables with no breaks, no protective gear, and absolutely no regard for their physical or mental development. School becomes an afterthought. Education, of course, becomes a luxury. The health risks are horrifying. Children breathe in diamond dust, silica, and chemical fumes without any respiratory protection. Over time, this leads to respiratory disorders, tuberculosis, and permanent lung damage. Several health studies have confirmed that prolonged exposure in gem polishing units is directly linked to chronic illness and stunted growth. These workshops often double sleeping quarters, and the children live in unhygienic, cramped conditions, surviving on bare minimum food and rest. Injuries are very common, especially cuts, eye damage, and repetitive stress disorders. For these children, a mistake doesn't mean a red mark. It means a bleeding hand or a scar that probably never heals. What makes the situation worse is how hidden all of this is. Out of Surat's 3,500 diamond polishing units, almost 80% are unregistered. That means no formal oversight, no inspections, and of course, no accountability. These workshops operate in residential apartments, basements, and back lanes, completely off the radar of official records. While Gujarat's Labour Department has made large-scale raids in the past 5 years, these actions cover a fraction of the entire workforce, and specific data on children in the diamond sector remains disturbingly absent. The illusion of cleanliness and regulation masks an industry built on exploitation and silence. Legally, India has taken significant steps on paper. The Child and Adolescent Labor Prohibition and Regulation Act, amended in 2016, prohibits employment of children below 14 in any occupation and bans adolescents, which is 14 to 18 years old, from hazardous industries like gem cutting. Gujarat state regulations go further, enforcing fines between 20,000 to 1 lakh and imprisonment up to 3 years. And yet, despite these laws, enforcement on the ground remains weak. The problem lies in the ecosystem. Unregistered units are not monitored. Informal contractors do not maintain employee records. And most parents are too poor or too afraid to file complaints. The collapse of the global diamond market has made matters even worse. In the financial year 2025 and 2026, India's diamond exports dropped by 22.7%, crashing to $2.84 billion. The industry's nerve center saw a wave of unemployment. Nearly 30,000 artisans lost their jobs in last 6 months alone. Families now surviving on daily wages have no savings, no security, and no access to social welfare. Tragically, this financial instability has led to disturbing increase in suicides. Over 60 suicides of diamond artisans have been recorded in the last 18 months, prompting public outcry and media attention. In response, the Gujarat government announced a relief package in May 2025. It includes reimbursement of school fees up to 13,500 rupees per year, and children of workers who were employed in diamond units for more than 3 years and lost their jobs after March 2024. The state is also offering 9% interest subsidy on loans up to 5 lakh for diamond unit owners and 1 year electricity duty waiver. There are also talks of compensating the families of artisans who committed suicide with up to 4 lakh rupees in financial aid. However, there's a catch. The benefits largely apply to registered units. Informal workers, especially children, are again left invisible without access to relief or access to justice. The crisis is not just financial, it's social and human. These children are robbed of their childhood, health, and future. Their lives revolve around polishing stones, and they'll never be able to wear for weddings. They might never attend. In the cities, they'll never visit. One child rescued in 2023 raid said that I used to go to school. I loved it. Then my father lost his job and I had to start working. I don't know when I stopped dreaming. These are not statistics. These are stories of lives pushed into background so the world can wear luxury with pride. So what can we do? First thing, there must be universal registration of all diamond units, including home-based and subcontracted workshops. Second, enforcement agencies must prioritize regular audits and inspections, especially in high-risk districts like Surat, Amreli, Bhavnagar, Navsari. Third, we need robust rehabilitation programs. Rescued children should not be dumped into overcrowded shelters, but supported with proper schooling, psychological care, and vocational training. Fourth, the industry must be held accountable. Exporters and major companies must adopt transparent supply chains and seek certifications that ensure zero child labor. And finally, consumers. Yes, you must start asking, who polished my diamond?